This video is going to show how to log into eTapestry and configure your home screen. First thing you need to do is open a web browser. It can be any web browser on Windows or Mac or iOS devices like an iPad or even an iPhone. iPads work well. iPhones are a little small screen. I don't find them very useful. On the Mac right now, you shouldn't use Safari for a web browser. There's an issue with that. Hopefully they'll have it fixed. But right now, as the time of the recording of this video, there was an issue with Safari. So I use Chrome, which is a real standard web browser. A lot of software companies test against it, so it's a very compatible browser to use for all software. So this is Chrome here, and you need to go to this web address called bos.etapestry.com. So B is in Baker, O is in Oscar, S is in Sierra, .etapestry.com. And that will take you to the login page. Login page, just click the sign in and type in your email address that you first received an invitation from eTapestry to join. That was your main email address that was used in your account. And so type that in there. And then when you first set up your account, you had to give a password. So enter that and hit the sign in or return or enter. And it will bring you to your home screen. Now in the home screen, there's several tiles here. There's 5 displayed here. You can configure your home screen by clicking on this blue hyperlink in the corner called Select Tiles and Layout, and you can say which one of the tiles you want displayed. Now, the only one I didn't display is calendar because I didn't find that very helpful to have a calendar there, but I liked all the others. You can say 2 columns if you want, and then just at the bottom hit Save. Put them in 2 columns, or if there's a tile here you don't think you like, you can get rid of it. 2 columns makes me scroll a little bit up and down, so I like to have 3 columns. Makes the tiles a little bit smaller, but they all fit on a small screen. So I'm doing 3 columns. Now, this first tile here, recently viewed accounts, this just shows some accounts that you've looked at recently. Anything blue is hyperlink, you can just click on. So if I want to click on John Smith's account, I can come into it. And all the accounts for these training videos, it's just the fictitious donors, and this is a fictitious user that I'm logging in on. And so these aren't real people or real gifts that we're showing you, but it's just for our training purposes. There's recent gifts. If you, it says retrieving, it normally displays. I'm not sure why it's so slow now, but it should display there. Maybe I'll refresh my screen and see if that helps. Yes, that cleaned it up. Now you can change this week, last week. You can say gifts greater than a certain amount. I'm just saying greater than 0, so all gifts, and it will show you the recent gifts, either this week, last week, or the last 7 days, or today. And you can hit the little refresh button there too to refresh it. So that's kind of nice just to see if something came in the last week or not. This one here is recently viewed queries and reports. You'll be doing a lot of queries and reports, and we have more training videos on those topics. This shows you some of the recent ones you've run, and if you want to run one of those again, you can just click on it here. If you have any favorites, if you've marked any as your favorite, like there's always a report you like to run once a week or something, it will show up here. And I'll show you how to mark reports or queries as favorites. And then these are just some quick links. The only one I think that's really helpful is the help one. If you click on that, it will get you into help. And you can type something like query. And it will show you, in this case, it returned 192 help topics here. Create a basic query, create a do not mail query, but let's just hit create a basic query. This will kind of tell you the steps to create a basic query. Um, and so anything you want to know, reports, queries, um, just type the word there. And if you make just a simple word, you're going to return a lot of ones. You can be more specific, like how to opt out on a mass mailing. I don't know if this will return anything. Um, yeah, mailing delivery reports, account field. So this did return something, um, and including something that referred to the opt out, which is something we'll talk in our communications video about sending letters or mass mailings. So I'm going to close this tab here, go back here. So that's basically everything there is about this home page that's important. If you go somewhere else on this main menu, like off to queries, and you want to get back to the main page, just hit the home button and then say go home, and it will take you back to the main page. When you're done with your activity, you can just hit log out. It should log you out automatically after about an hour of inactivity or a certain period of time, but you can just hit log out. And this concludes the video on logging in and configuring your home screen.